Yeah, it gets better, guys.
So if you look at the sock setup here, guys, super cool.
KEMIMOTO is going to help me remedy that issue here.
The temperature, you can select left and right socks.
Warm feet, guys.
It is kind of nippy out. You can see the weather's pretty gray out.
We're going to take our battery bank, connect it.
It's getting warm really quickly, so I don't need it to be as hot.
Yeah, it gets better, guys. So there's a few things for me for riding in the cold that's super important. We're talking about my hands being warm. That makes me feel safe. That makes me feel okay. And then the second part of that puzzle is having warm feet, guys. For me, these things are crucial, and KEMIMOTO is going to help me remedy that issue here. We're going to look at their second set of product that they sent to me, and I think that's really cool. What's key for me to be out there to be able to ride and enjoy the ride, or at least my wheelie practice, is warm piggies, warm toes, right? And then warm hand. I'll be able to ride out there for about an hour or so. So let's take a quick look, guys. Again, packaging pretty standard. Black, red, and white. Very striking colors. Smart of them to do their logo like that. These are heated socks, guys. Not very common that you see those. What I think that's dope about them is the fact that most of the KEMIMOTO products have a rechargeable lithium-ion battery. And that's impressive to me. I have never been one of those people that love riding in bad weather, because in most cases I've seen some pretty trippy things, right? Where people are wiring their gloves, their boots, their pants, and their jacket into their motorcycle battery tender connection. And for me, I felt like this was such a hassle as I dove into the KEMIMOTO product line and saw that some of their product connects to your smartphone where you can control it. It makes your life a lot easier. So for me, that struck a little bit of excitement. If my hand's cold, if my feet's cold, I am done. First things up, you're gonna see here a little box here. If I were to guess, this is our lithium-ion battery. They do include a USB-C, a dual head USB-C cable, so you can charge both socks at the same time. You're charging both right before you go out and ready to ride. Let's see what else we've got. These two power banks seems a lot beefier in contrast to the gloves. You have your controls right here at the very top, and also you have your charging port right at the top. Not only this is a lithium-ion battery, it's also a connection device that's going to connect to your iOS unit. These guys are 5,000 milliamp hours. And of course, KEMIMOTO includes a user guide, tells you how to use them, how to connect them to your phone. KEMIMOTO includes this mesh laundry bag, which makes it a breeze for you to maintain these socks. All you have to do is throw them in the bag and throw them in a washer. And here are the socks, guys. I'm rocking a large. You can get the size that fits you best. Very interesting color combination. Black, gray, and red. Very thick. These things are pretty beefy. You do have the branding KEMIMOTO written right on there as well. At the very top here, there's a button. I'm already seeing partial areas here for feedback, so we'll talk about that shortly. And this is the opening for you to put the batteries. There's a little bit of a curve on the inside. This is meant to fit around your calf comfortably. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna grab the sock itself. You're gonna fit the battery bank inside that little pocket. It definitely adds a little bit of weight. And then you're gonna snap in the power bank. Let's see here. Perfect. And then you button back up. This is what we're looking like once we have the power bank on the inside of the sock. I've never tried anything like this before. It feels very reminiscent of a very thick socks you would wear during the winter. You have several different temperatures that you can adjust this to through your iOS, and that's what's interesting about the socks. You have your pants on, they're thinking through the product, right? They're thinking about how we are as riders. You put the socks on, you turn on the battery bank, you plug everything in. You're controlling this from your iOS device based on how hot or how cold you want it. It is machine washable. You can wash it over and over again. It has an ultra strong elasticity. It is not going to break down over time and become loose. This is something we're going to have to hold for long-term review. I'll tell you exactly how that works. In my experience, most regular socks, cotton socks, as you're using it on and off, washing it in the washing machine, over time it loosens. But we're going to see how it fares over time. It's also going to have a 360-degree heating pattern on your toe and your foot. There's several layers of protection in terms of keeping you dry, keeping you warm while you're out there in the elements, right? It has 4 layers. You have a soft cotton layer in the inside. There's an insulation layer. A third layer is going to be the heated core that's going to provide the heat 360 degrees around your foot. And then you have the outer layers. I'm going to walk you through exactly how you connect this onto your smart device via Bluetooth. Apps being downloaded. Perfect. Searching for the sock. Now I'm going to turn these on. You guys could probably see they're flashing. Just like that, it's connected to the iOS app. It was pretty seamless. I didn't even have to do anything to make sure that it was compatible. Just make sure the socks were on. And the app did all the work, just finding it. Make sure your Bluetooth is connected. From there, you just hit on. And it turns on. You'll see the top of the sock is lit. When you hit on, you'll see the sock goes on. The light is turned on. And they're being connected together. You didn't have to worry about it. And then you could change the temperature of how hot you want it to be. You can go even higher, 70 Celsius. It seems really simple. Just doing a quick test for you guys so you could see this, and I think it's very interesting how simple this is. When you're turning on the sock, right, you're gonna leave it on. However, you see that only one button is illuminated in red. As you progress up into the different levels of heating, you'll see the button lights up. Now you can see it's 2 button. And then as you go further up, the 3rd button is lit, and then you have something that's extra hot where you can go up to 70 Celsius. As you're changing the dials onto the iOS device, it's changing on the power bank as well. The iOS app does a few things that are very unique. I think it has an abrupt 2 socks heat up. So let's say if you're outside, it's really hot, you can press this button. It'll instantly go to the highest setting and start warming both feet. And then once that's done, it automatically turns off. You can also opt to control each sock individually at the upper left. At the very bottom of the app, you can set a timer for half an hour to an hour, 15 minutes, all the way up to 2 hours of how much heating you would like to have without going into your pocket. And that makes sense. You set this and forget it. Really impressive overall. I was impressed with the sock. I'm even more impressed with the amount of level of controls that you have. I've never tried anything like this before, but all I know is I want to be nice and warm and toasty when I'm out there. Guys, I know a little bit earlier I mentioned some constructive feedback for the KEMIMOTO heated socks. This is what I was referring to. So when you look inside at the insert of the sock itself, this is not to say that it's going to slide off over time. The feedback that I had was to insert like some kind of gel glue here. That's going to allow the sock to stay on no matter what. From what I read, this is supposed to be nice elasticity, but my experience with any socks, doesn't matter how great they are, they tend to kind of loosen over time. So here's the example I wanted to show you guys. So this is a band that you put on your foot. If you look close enough at this band, do you see how the wavy gel is running along those lines? That's all around the diameter of that sleeve, and it prevents it from sliding on and off. Maybe in the future, this might be something they might want to consider. If they had something like this, for example, in the lip of the sock, just like that, if they had that same little gel that keeps it from sliding up and down when you have this on, that would have been great. I will do a long-term review and tell you what I think. Also, the battery pouch here, it has a button. My fear about button is that over time of usage on and off, taking it on and off, putting your pants on, you might snap the button. Maybe a zipper would be great, just like on the gloves. That would be more ideal. I just feel not as reassured with the button long term. But outside of that, super excited. Look how well the battery pack fits in there. Very excited to try on the socks. I'll keep you guys posted. I want to wear this several times, wear it on multiple rides, and see how well it washes over time when you're washing the sock. when you're wearing it on and off to see if the elasticity wears off. That's my only concern with the sock. Let's do a long-term review. Can't wait to tell you guys how my wheelie practice goes with these snuggie socks. That's what I like to call them. They're super snuggy looking. All right, man. I'll catch you guys later. Again, my apologies for the overhead here in the home office. The garage is currently under construction, so we're going to be back stronger and better with a nice place for us to kind of work. So very excited to try KEMIMOTO. Stick around, guys. I'll let you know what I think.